Hey everybody, Craig Cottle, Director from Nature Reliance School. Wanted to help you out now that ticks are becoming more prominent and help you to make sure you don't get tick bites or ticks on you at all. So I think this is a twofold process. It includes awareness and avoidance. Let's talk about awareness first. Awareness is basically being aware of this. Ticks love body heat, ticks love moisture, and they hitchhike when they want to get on you, meaning they like to get on grass that's taller. So if you can do things to keep your body temp down and to not be wet, then you're going to be less susceptible to ticks being attracted to you. But if you're like me, being out here, you're going to get hot, you're going to get wet at times. So there's some other things that we can do as it relates to avoidance that's going to help us out tremendously. The big part of this is to utilize chemicals. And some of the chemicals that I know for a fact work are Permethrin and Permethrin. Okay, they're two totally different chemicals and they're used entirely different. Permethrin, well, both of those products can come from Sawyer. They make some great products that are useful, but you can also typically buy Permethrin at like a Tractor Supply or some sort of Tractor Supply type organization. That's what we utilize for years to put on our cattle to keep bugs down and keep the flies off of them and stuff of that nature. So here's the key on using Permethrin. You want to always put it on your clothing and never on your skin. Now, the white paper, the detailed research said if you get some on your skin, you're not going to die and it shouldn't make you sick, but I avoid that sort of thing whenever possible. So the key thing is Permethrin works best after it soaks into your clothing. It's not something that you're going out in the woods and you spray on you as you get out of the vehicle. It does not work that way at all. This is critical. Make sure you spray it on at least 24 hours before you're going to be going into the woods. Now, Permethrin is something you're literally going to put on your skin. Utilize it as a lotion, as how it typically comes. Put it on your hands, your arms, your neck, the things that are exposed, and you're going to be good to go. Now, the last part of this is considering natural remedies. I get a lot of people say, Craig, just eat garlic and you don't have to do all that Sawyer stuff. Well, you're wrong, and here's why. Everybody's body chemistry is different. Now, I'm not saying that garlic won't work or something like it, but it only works for bodies that have a body chemistry that it works with. For example, I would love to just use garlic. My wife puts garlic in everything. So you would think that we would be okay utilizing garlic as a means of natural deterrent from ticks and other insects, but it does not work for my body chemistry. So I have to revert back to these chemicals and these avoidance strategies. So by all means, try the garlic. If it works for you, then I'm happy for you. It'll work for you, but it does not work for me and it doesn't work for everybody, but go ahead and try it. All right, so in summary, here's a couple things, avoidance and awareness. Avoidance is knowing how ticks react and what they do in the environment and stay away from them. And this should include also the idea that ticks are out 12 months out of the year. They're not just out now. It's just they are out more prominently and looking to hitchhike right now. We've been pulling ticks off tracker all winter long, so keep that in mind too. But the other thing is awareness of these chemicals and how to utilize them properly, as well as natural remedies. And the big thing is the research for years was check yourself once every 24 hours. The latest research is you should be checking yourself every 12 hours. Do a head-to-toe check. Look for those areas that are hot and damp underneath your armpits, around your belt line, around your sock line, and those are going to be the most likely places for ticks to be. I typically get them on my back, right in the center of my back, because when I'm out and doing all stuff and the shirt's against my back is sweaty, and that's where the ticks like to get to. The other thing to keep in mind though is that even though you get a tick on you, it's not a death sentence, but I do highly recommend if you feel like there's some sort of issue, you're having complications like a fever, even if it's a slight fever or anything that gives you an indication that something's wrong, get to a doc. There's antibiotics that can take care of these problems if you get Lyme disease, if you catch them early, and you won't see any long-lasting effects from it. Rocky Mountain spotted fever the same way. There's things that doctors can do for you. I love modern medicine for that reason. So with that said, keep that in mind. Check yourself regularly. If you have a tough time seeing ticks, a couple things you can do is have a buddy look at you. One of the latest things I've been recommending is take your cell phone off and get to those sensitive areas with a video and video yourself with your cell phone. Just make sure that you delete that video before you move on so it doesn't go to the cloud and all that sort of stuff. So enjoy. Come on, join in. Let's learn together.